Jessie understood Chris' words had deeper meaning, and she got his resentment. She strained her voice to tell him she was prepared for their date. She hopes Chris can give her time to adjust to her sincere response, but Chris couldn't take in a single word. He still felt the woman's shift in attitude. He felt like a backup, just to ease her own mind. He finally tells the woman he's open to her date invitations, but she must be clear about what she desires and adjust his indifferent attitude. That day, he left decisively. It seemed he felt no love, leaving a trace of yearning. Jessie knows it's not Chris' fault. She feels this emotional contrast, like a child finding autumn snow. She knows the snowflakes once touched her. She lacks courage to hold on to Chris. She can only accept the void of loneliness, adding a portion of lost pain. Chris remains unaware. Jessie hasn't truly changed, battling bipolar disorder since childhood. Her life has been torn into two worlds, one in her shadow, the other with sunny confidence. She couldn't tell which was her true self. Stayed in the sun too long, that smile feels bitterly tired. Wrapped in blankets gives her safety, but isolation made her see the truth. Her illness often leads to scorn. Does the world care enough? Until she turned 30, she understood many ailments heal. To change, she must pretend to be cheerful. Wearing a mask too long changes her entirely. In this moment, Chris' departure shows his naivete, like a clown trapped in a circus. Jessie burns out her strength, heading toward loneliness. After feeling better, she called Chris, afraid to go back to loneliness. Chris was surprised and said yes to her date. That day, Jessie tidied up, prepared her best dishes. But as she readied herself, fear made her heart sink. The doorbell rang, and Jessie felt anxious. She knew who was there and why it waited. She struggled to open the door, facing overwhelming sorrow. Chris stood outside, unaware of her turmoil. The torment she faced in minutes, all he says was his own feelings. Sometimes she questions the support for equality, only receiving disdain. Jessie found comfort in isolation, till the company fired her, then she hesitantly returned. She faced discomfort in front of her trusted friend. She shared her struggles, saying, "I have bipolar." Sharing felt like a weight lifted off her chest. Others buried their pain, not wanting to burden anyone. With support from her friend, Jessie finally felt free. She realized life's true worth. Calling her family, she revealed long-held secrets. Her family recognized her pain and wanted her to rise. In In that moment, the once pessimistic Jessie saw life differently. She began fighting her illness, working for change, sharing her story online to help others become their true selves. Whether she found happiness or not remains unclear. But it's the journey and connections that matter. Jessie understood Chris'